Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Piper Report. So, we have another member of Congress resigning for sexual misconduct allegations. And this is good. Regardless of what party they align to, we need to drain the swamp. And yes, this includes the people in the Republican Party. Even though technically Trump is in the Republican Party, if we have swamp creatures that try to dictate the policy that they want, that really destroys America. And I think the most important one is probably the anti-Russia propaganda, and I will be discussing that in a different article. But we need to drain these creatures. Neocons are just as bad as some of the Democrats in Congress. People like John McCain, Lindsey Graham, they need to get out of Congress. And since it's really hard, well, it's damn near impossible actually, to remove people of Congress unless they are voted out, when they are forced to resign for other reasons, it makes me happy. I support it. So, the GOP representative Blake Farenthold resigns from Congress amid sexual misconduct allegations. So he is one of many that had to resign. Most recently was Al Franken. Before that, I can't put the name, can't put the face name, but he was also in the GOP, and I'm sure there are many, many more that are guilty of this. I'm sure there are many in Congress that have done illicit activities. Many of them actually take bribes, but it's legal for them to take bribes. It's called lobbyists, called corporate donors. And it's sad reality, but we live in a nation, we live in a world where politicians are bought and paid for by the corporate elite. And when you have the corporate elite dictating policy by buying politicians, you no longer have a free society, which is what we have essentially in America. So here's the short article we will go over. Blake Farenthold announced Friday he is resigning immediately from Congress, just 4 months after reports surfaced of improper campaign activity. The Texas Republican announced in December that he would not seek re-election amid revelations that he had settled a sexual harassment claim with a former staffer for $84,000, and other aides accused him of creating a hostile workplace environment. Here's what he said. While I plan on serving out the remainder of my term in Congress, I know in my heart it's time for me to move along and look for new ways to serve, Mr. Farenthold said in a statement. Mr. Farenthold was formally accused by at least one former staffer of sexual harassment and misconduct in the office. Former aide Lauren Green, who left Mr. Farenthold's office in 2014, said that when she made complaints about the congressman's lewd behavior and sexual references, she was fired. Which makes sense. People in power, they don't like to leave power. They don't like to get rid of, to give up their power. There's a common fact that many people don't realize is that when new members of Congress are first enacted into Congress, they aren't rich. I mean, some of them are, yes, but some of them are middle class and some of them are, lower class even. But when they leave Congress, they are substantially more wealthy. And the reason for this is because they get paid to do interviews, they get paid to go on media organizations like CNN, Fox News, things of that nature. But most importantly is that they receive lots and lots of money from corporate donors. So it should kind of delineate to you the type of mentality, the type of atmosphere that is in Congress. That you can go into Congress middle class or even lower class, but when you leave, you are in the top 1%. I think that's a sad reality, and that's dark money in politics. That's something I am strongly against. I think Citizens United should be overturned. I think we need to get dark money out of politics. And many people look at that as like a left-leaning kind of policy decision. I disagree. I think for you to actually have an honest, proper, indirect democracy, which is what the U.S. is, it's a republic, aka an indirect democracy, you have to have people in Congress that are not bought and paid for. You have to have people that actually stand for the people, that advocate for their constituents. So I think it'd be best to get all dark money out of politics. Make the people in their campaigns receive the funds. Make the candidates in their campaigns receive the funds from the people. I think that'd be best. And that is why I support Austin Peterson. Because Austin Peterson is a grassroots organizer. He's running for the Senate in Missouri. He ran as the Libertarian presidential candidate in 2016. I mean, he's a brilliant, brilliant guy. He knows his stuff, and he understands that you need to get out this corruption, this swamp in Washington. These people that want perennial war with Russia, these people that want to be in perennial debt, that want to spend, that want to cut taxes but not cut spending. It's just insane, and he's against that, and that's why I support him. But this is good overall, because as long as we can drain these swamp creatures, regardless how we do it, that means we open up the possibility for new people to enter their position, to be accepted into Congress, and maybe, and hopefully, they have a different outlook. Maybe they will be against deficit spending. Maybe they will be against going to war with Russia. We don't want to have a new Cold War, but sadly, we are in that direction. And I'm done.